Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making the best tasting Ghanaian kontomire stew. I will be using some kontomire, which is the main ingredient for this recipe. You can replace this with spinach if you don't find kontomire to use. Then I have some melon seeds, which is known here in Ghana as agushi. Here I have my blended pepper mixture, which is onion, pepper, rosemary and aniseed, ginger and garlic. I've got my chopped onions, chopped tomatoes, seasoning cube. I have salt, shrimp powder, red oil or palm oil, steamed beef, and of course some smoked fish. Once our veggies have already been prepped, we're gonna go straight away into prepping our agushi or melon seeds. So I'm going to pour this into some water and wash it. So I'm going to wash this about 2 or 3 times before I blend. I've washed this about 3 times, and as we can see, the agushi is looking a lot cleaner now. I'll transfer everything into the blender and then I'll blend it. Our blended agushi is ready, and as you can see, it's very thick. This is because I added just a little water, and it helps it get chunky in the stew because that's how I like it. It forms like eggs. After pouring everything into the bowl, I'll sprinkle some salt on the agushi. This also helps with the forming process in the stew. Our pan is ready on fire and our stove is on medium-low. Would add some palm oil and some red oil into the pan and wait for it to heat. Once we're sure our oil is heated, we'll go in with our onions. If you're a lover of stockfish, this is the time that your stockfish has to go in. So your stockfish will go in before your onions go into the oil. I'm not using stockfish this time, so I go in with my onions first. Our onion has been frying for about 3 minutes, so we'll go in with our blended pepper mixture. And then we'll stir everything together. We can cover this and let it cook for about 3 minutes before we proceed. So this has been cooking for 3 minutes. We're going to stir it and then we'll add our chopped tomatoes. Once we are done adding our tomatoes, we'll stir it and cover again and leave it to cook for another 3 minutes. After about 3 minutes, we're going to add our shrimp powder and stir this. Once my shrimp powder has gone in, I'm going to go ahead and add my steamed beef with a stock. I'll give it another stir. And cover it to cook for about 5 minutes. Once the beef goes in, you can check for salt because the steamed beef has some salt in it already. So as So make sure not to add too much salt to your stew. At this point, our stew has cooked down beautifully and all of the water has evaporated. We're going to go ahead and add our agushi. So this is how I add my agushi to my stew. I do this because it helps me get it in the chunks that I want. Okay. So we'll cover it again and let it cook for about 10 minutes on very low heat. We're going to stir our stew and then we'll carefully turn the agushi. Once our agushi is still cooking, we'll add our smoked fish. Here I'm using tuna and smoked mackerel. And then we'll go ahead and add our seasoning cube. We'll stir everything together. And cover it to cook for another 3 minutes. Here under very low heat. So at this point we'll test for salt, and if our salt is not enough, we'll add a little more. Once we've done this, we'll go in with our kontomire. We try and push it down a bit so that it helps with the cooking. Then we'll cover it and leave it to cook under very low heat for about 5 minutes. We've carefully turned our kontomire once, so we're going to turn again to check if it's done cooking. Mind you, the kontomire doesn't take too long to cook. It succumbs to heat, so once heat touches it, it's already soft. And that's why I don't like to pre-cook or parboil my kontomire before putting it in the stew. So whilst you do this, you want to be very gentle so that your fish doesn't break too much. Okay. We'll leave it to cook for about 2 minutes and our stew should be ready. At this point, our stew is done, so we're going to turn off the stove and leave the residual heat to do the rest of the cooking. But I mean, we're pretty much done. Look at this plate of goodness. I'm having mine with ripe plantain. Let me know in the comment section down below what you have yours with. Please do well to subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment and share with friends and family to enjoy these interesting recipes. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.